So now welcome back to the next video. Today we are going to discuss something very different in the series, obviously in the cube and cuboid cutting and counting series. Now what we are going to do today is hollow cube and concept of hollow cube. It can be cuboid also. So hollow structure. So first of all, we have to see in the picture that how many small cubes are there, and whatever be the size of the small cube, that doesn't matter. Already we have discussed how to get the number of small cube size. If the total size of the cube is given, say the original cube is 6 cross 6 cross 6, and you are cutting into small cubes of size 1 cross 1 cross 1, then there will be 216 small cubes. But the size can be changed. It can be 2 cross 2 cross 2. In that case, you have to divide the length by 2, breadth by 2, and height by 2. You will get the structure. So that things you already know. We have already discussed in the previous videos. Now here we want to see that what is the structure of the cube, and the structure of the cube is what? It is 4 cross 4, right? You can see it's 4 cross 4 cross 4. Means 64 small cubes are there, and the question is about, just look at the thing. You already know the location of 2 face cubes, painted cubes, or 1 face painted cubes, then corners 3 face visible or 3 face painted, and those inside are not visible or no face painted. Now in the next thing, what we are going to discuss is how many small cubes will be there inside this cube, right? So go inside this means number of cubes which are not visible is the concept of hollow cube. Now to make this structure, if it is a solid structure, we need 64 small cubes. So this point is very, very important for this thing. That to make this structure solid, we total need 64 blocks of 1, 1, 1. But if you want to make this hollow, what will be the number of blocks or 1 cross 1 cross 1 small cubes required? The answer is very simple. Those which are inside, which are not visible, that you have to remove, take it out and throw. And whatever remains is the hollow cube structure. And how many are there inside already you know. It's inner volume, length into breadth into height, it decreased by 2. So what will be the number of small cubes of which are inside this? It is decreased by 2, decreased by 2, decreased by 2. So it is 2 cross 2 cross 2, means total 8 small cubes are there which are inside this, packed inside this. And they are not visible, or you can say if you paint this, they will not be painted. Now if you remove this 8 from this total, so 64 minus 8, and that makes it 56, and that is the total number of small cubes or blocks required to make this a hollow structure. So whatever there inside, that's inner volume has to be subtracted, and that becomes the total number of small cubes required to make the structure hollow. So for example, we have this question from the competitive exam that say, if this structure, there is a structure called 12 into 12 into 12, 1728 small cubes are there. So to make this one hollow, what is required is 10 into 10 into 10. So that in that case the requirement is 10 into 10 into 10, and that is equal to 1000 small cubes which are lying inside this has to be removed. Out of 1728, this is decreased by 210, this is decreased by 210, this is decreased by 210. Total 1000 small cubes are packed inside this, so that has to be removed. So its answer is what? 1728 minus this is 728 small cubes are required to make the structure, this structure, not this one, this structure hollow. Okay. Now what we are going to do here, that we are going to convert this into a cuboid. In that case, what will be the changes? So now, how to find the answer? Answer again, it will be very simple, right? Because what we are doing here is making this one as it is. Only thing is that we have now 1, 2, 3. So it is what? Yeah, make it 3 now. Right. In that case, it is 3, 4 and 4. So 3 into 4 into 4, total number is this is 48. And what will be the number inside this? Inside this again, length, breadth and height decreased by 2. So it is 4. So the answer is 44. Small cubes are required to make this structure hollow. So whether it is a cube or a cuboid, that doesn't matter. That means if I have this structure, 3 into 10 into 10, or 3 into 10 or 8 into 10, etc., then how many small cubes are required to make the hollow cuboid structure? In that case, it is 1 into 8 into 8, which is 64. Out of 300, 64 are inside. So the answer is 236 small cubes are required to make the structure hollow. Now, if you look at this one, reverse question. We have the original cube of this dimension. This is not a cube, it's a cuboid. Cuboid of this dimension. And we are given small cubes. We are given small cubes. Small cubes, and you can add up. What is the minimum number of small cubes required to make this cuboid or convert this cuboid into a cube without dismantling the original figure? Minimum number of cubes, the minimum is there. Minimum number of small cubes required to convert this into a cube. So this has to be converted into cube from cuboid. Now how many are there in the cuboid? Inside this, not inside, in this cuboid, so if solid, total number of cuboids required, total number of small cubes required is 300. And in this one, if you want to convert this into a cube, then the size has to be 10 into 10 into 10, which is 1000. So if the question is, how many small cubes are added up to this cuboid to convert this structure from cuboid into a cube? This cuboid has 300 small cubes, and to make it a cube, we need 1000. So this is now from 10, 10, you have to make this one takes 10 so that this is converted into a cuboid. So 1000. So what is the extra requirement? Extra small cubes needed is 700, right? This calculation. So these type of questions are also there, that you are given a cuboid structure and what is the minimum number of cubes that is required to convert that into a cube. Okay. Now say, if you are given a cuboid of size 6 into 8 into 10, total is 480 small cubes. If you cut this into small cubes of size 111, and if you want to see how many are there inside, then it is 4 into 6 into 8, and it is 24 into 8, that's 192. Out of 480, 192 small cubes are inside. So to make the structure hollow, we need this 192. That figures 288, I think. Check. So 288 small cubes are required to make this structure original value. Side or left, the dimensions will be 6, 8 and 10. 288 small cubes are required to make the hollow structure of size this. Clear, I think. So in this video we have discussed the concept of hollow cubes and how we can convert a cube to cuboid or cuboid to cube by adding up or subtracting certain number of cubes, small cubes. Okay. Now, what are the other types of questions that we can have? We can have some other type of question that say, if you are given any structure and so this is given and my requirement is, say I need 40 pieces, exactly 40 pieces. Question is, minimum number of times I have to cut this without dismantling anything. This cube has to be in its original position. We can make horizontal and vertical cuts only. So 40 pieces, whatever be the number of pieces required, how many times we have to cut, and that has to be minimum number. The first question. If we cut this cube say 10 times, what is the maximum number of pieces that you can generate? That's the question. Maximum number of equal pieces that can be generated by cutting a particular structure a certain number of times, or we need certain number of pieces, and how many times minimum we have to cut to get the required number. For example, this question is related to say birthday party question, that you ordered a square cube or a square cake or a cuboidal shaped cake, and say you have invited certain number of friends or guests. So if the number of guests, total number of guests is say 100, then how many times I have to cut the cake so that everybody gets same shape, same size pieces. Everybody gets the same size, same shape pieces. That's the question. And it can be 100, 90, 200, 250, any number. So that will be in the next video. So must watch that video. It's very interesting, very tricky. Thank you.